The roots of the relationship between England and Scotland trace back to the early medieval period, marked by conflicts and power struggles. This was a time when both nations were trying to establish their identities, their borders, and their dominion. Growing out of this tumultuous period were the Wars of Independence, a series of military campaigns that would come to define the relationship between these two nations. The Wars of Independence, led by legendary heroes like William Wallace and Robert the Bruce, were not just mere conflicts. They were an assertion of identity, a refusal to bow down to rule, and a vehement fight for sovereignty. These heroes became symbols of Scottish resistance, epitomizing the indomitable spirit of the Scottish people. Their stories, passed down through generations, have inspired songs, poems, and even blockbuster Hollywood movies. William Wallace, a landowner turned knight, and Robert the Bruce, a nobleman who would go on to become the King of Scotland, led the Scots in these wars against English dominance. Their goal was simple: to free Scotland from English rule. Their battles were brutal, their sacrifices immense, but their resolve unshakable. These wars were a testament to their courage, their tenacity, and their undying love for their homeland. These confrontations, steeped in blood and sweat, set the stage for a relationship between England and Scotland that is complex and storied. It's a relationship that has evolved over centuries, marked by periods of both conflict and cooperation. Today, this relationship continues to shape the political, cultural, and social landscapes of both nations. These early confrontations set the stage for a relationship characterized by both conflict and cooperation. The Wars of Independence that occurred in the late 13th and early 14th centuries were crucial, pivotal points that significantly shaped the historical trajectory of two distinct nations, England and Scotland. These wars marked a turning point, a time period resplendent with bravery, heroism, and colonial resistance that etched a deep imprint on the edifice of history. A well-known event in this saga was the Battle of Stirling Bridge, which took place in the year 1297. This was a defining moment where the Scottish warrior, William Wallace, emerged victorious against English forces. Wallace, a figure of great reverence in Scotland, used his strategic prowess and courage to secure a notable victory, a victory that is celebrated and remembered even today. His triumph at Stirling Bridge was not just a military success, but also a significant morale booster for the Scottish troops, inspiring them to continue their struggle for independence. Almost 2 decades later, in 1314, another laudable event took place that further strengthened the Scottish resolve, the Battle of Bannockburn. Here, Robert the Bruce, another celebrated Scottish leader, stepped up to the mantle, leading his forces against the English to solidify Scotland's independence. Bruce's victory at Bannockburn was a powerful testament to the indomitable Scottish spirit. These two illustrious battles, Stirling Bridge and Bannockburn, are enduring symbols of resilience, holding an eternal place in their rich historical tapestry. They are more than just historical events. They are the embodiments of a nation's unyielding spirit and determination. These events, and the countless unnamed heroes who fought in them, laid the groundwork for a nuanced, complex relationship between England and Scotland that would evolve over centuries. The turn of the 18th century witnessed a transformative event that would forever alter the course of English and Scottish history, the Acts of Union in 1707. A sweeping wave of change was about to cascade across the lands, with far-reaching consequences that would shape the future of two nations. This exceptional event was not just mere political maneuvering, but a monumental occurrence that would immeasurably change the destinies of England and Scotland. The backdrop to this historical juncture was marked by challenging economic circumstances and complex geopolitical dynamics. These precipitating factors played a pivotal role in guiding the parliaments of England and Scotland towards a decision that was at once practical and profound. The Acts of Union passed in 1707 were more than just pieces of legislation. They represented a paradigm shift, a testament to the power of political unity amidst diversity. This decision led to the creation of a single political entity that would come to dominate the international stage in the years to come. The passing of the Acts was controversial. It incited heated debates, sparked fierce tensions, and created deep-seated conflicts that have reverberated through the annals of history. The complexities of national identity and the contentious issue of sovereignty were brought into sharp focus, leading to questions that remain largely unanswered to this day. Despite the political union, the cultural identity of both England and Scotland remained resilient. The people of these nations, though now tied by political threads, still held firmly to their exceptional heritage. They nurtured their customs, religious practices, and social norms, transforming it from mere tradition into a cultural legacy. Their unique traditions not only offered a window to their past, but also served as a cornerstone of their identity, a binding factor in the preservation of their own unique cultures. The vibrant tapestry of traditions, including distinctive clothing, music, and dance, continued to flourish. In England, the ostentatious Victorian-era clothing, the mesmerizing folk dance, the Morris, and the harmonic symphony of their classical music bore the essence of their rich history. The English culture, steeped in royal legacy, displayed a sophistication that was reflected in their cultural expressions. Meanwhile, the Scottish Highlands echoed with the haunting tunes of bagpipes and the swish of tartan kilts. The hardy people of Scotland embraced their Gaelic culture, reflecting their resilience and love for their land. Their music, a symphony of bagpipes and drums, and their dance, the Highland Fling, filled the air with an unsaid spirit of defiance and freedom. The kilts and bagpipes of the Scottish Highlands contrasted the refined elegance of English cultural expressions, encapsulating the diversity in unity. Both countries, while bound by a political alliance, stood fiercely independent in their cultural identities. This unity and diversity is a testament to the resilience of these cultures, a testament to their ability to harmoniously coexist. Each tradition, each expression, each nuance highlighted their unity in diversity. The Industrial Revolution in the 18th and 19th centuries marked a significant chapter in the history of England and Scotland. This era, known for its revolutionary shifts and changes, stands as a testament to the power of human ingenuity and innovation. The revolution was not just a simple alteration in the way society functioned, but a complete transformation from agrarian societies to industrial powerhouses. This period of profound change led to a massive increase in the capacity for production, and it introduced new technologies that completely altered the landscape. The advent of steam power, steel production, and mechanized manufacturing were monumental in shaping the face of the industrial landscape, propelling societies into a new era of technological advancement and economic transformation. The revolution was not confined to industry alone. It also brought about significant changes in the social and cultural fabric of England and Scotland. The traditional rural lifestyle was replaced by urban industrial society. This shift led to a drastic change in living conditions and societal norms. The emergence of factories introduced a new way of working. No longer tied to the land, the labor force now had regular working hours in factories, with the mechanization leading to an increase in productivity. This change brought with it both opportunities and challenges. Employment increased, but so did exploitation. The Industrial Revolution also stimulated international trade. Goods produced in England and Scotland were now shipped across the globe, adding to their economic strength. This expansion in trade led to economic interdependence. As these two nations grew more interconnected, they began to share more than just trade routes and goods. They became bound by shared economic goals and challenges. The economic interdependence that emerged during this period laid the groundwork for a shared destiny. The Victorian era heralded not only industrial progress but also profound social changes. This period, which spanned from the 1830s to the turn of the 20th century, was a time when England experienced a rapid growth of industry, marking the transition from hand-produced goods to machine-manufactured commodities at a scale never seen before. This revolution was not confined to industrial growth alone. It was accompanied by significant shifts in social structures and culture. As the Industrial Revolution gathered pace, there was an unprecedented wave of urbanization. People from rural areas flocked to burgeoning cities in search of better jobs and opportunities. This mass migration of people to cities reshaped England's landscape, giving birth to new urban centers and profoundly altering the social fabric. In cities, people from different walks of life blended together, creating a diverse and vibrant society, which was a stark contrast to the rigid social hierarchy that existed in rural areas. Concurrently, Scotland experienced similar transformations. Like England, Scotland also witnessed an exponential growth in industry and urbanization, which significantly altered its societal structures. Experiences of these transformations brought England and Scotland closer, creating a strong bond between the two nations. Technological advancements were another significant feature of the Victorian era. The invention of the steam engine, railway systems, and novel communication technologies as the telegraph paved the way for an era of rapid technological progress. These inventions not only revolutionized transport and communication, but also had significant effects on society, bringing profound changes in people's lifestyle, work, and leisure. In essence, the Victorian era was a time of enormous change, where societal shifts, urbanization, and technological advancements intertwined to shape the destinies of English and Scottish societies. This saga remains as riveting as ever, living on in the hearts and minds of people on both sides of the border. Recently, Brexit has heightened political tensions between the two nations, primarily due to differing views on EU membership. Scotland, where the majority of voters chose to remain in the EU, has faced challenges adapting to the new post-Brexit trade landscape. The Scottish government, led by the SNP, has been critical of the UK government's handling of Brexit and has advocated for a closer relationship with the EU. Additionally, Brexit has fueled discussions on Scottish independence, with some arguing that the divergence in views on Europe justifies another independence referendum. The evolving dynamics and ongoing debates underscore the complexity of the relationship between England and Scotland. Thank you for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing to support the channel.